one question is, if someone
Sure.
is not necessarily a founder, but someone who wants to be more intentional about her or his leadership, what would be the first thing to do?
I would say get really clear, and this is going to sound obvious, but it's not. I would have a values audit first and
Mm,
foremost, and figure out what intrinsic, like soft, um, I mean, things like freedom and
mhm,
integrity and that. So get really clear on that. And then I would look to how you see yourself best serving.
mhm,
And both of those change throughout your career. And I
yeah.
think that, the values, not as much. There might be some, at different stages in the game, might change. But I think the latter part, how you serve, definitely does. And in
Mhm,
that arena, it's always to me, and I really say this to your younger listeners as well. Somebody else is trying to get into college. Somebody else is trying to get their first job. You all just went through that. Those of you who are going to university or trade school or a specific program. Be open and look and realize that you can actually help someone else do the
mhm,
same, that you too are valuable. Because I think so often younger generations feel like, oh, I'm not relevant, I won't be listened to. Are you kidding me? You
mhm.
are really relevant, more than you know. And you have ideas and see the world in different ways than we do. So I really encourage you to also look behind your shoulder and put an arm out and see who you can bring up, because that's really key.
I will gonna finish with a little story for you then of a time where I was in a very dark part of my life. And I was trying to do everything by myself. And and someone had said, try speaking the 23rd Psalm. And
Mm,
I'm not, I believe in a great spirit, a universal spirit, but I never was part of a formal religion. But you
important.
can always find the 23rd Psalm, which starts out, "The Lord is my shepherd."
Mm,
And I was I was on a walk in a terrible mood, charging up the hill, going, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." And I suddenly thought, what if goodness and mercy are like sisters or friends, and they're following me? They've been following me all this time. I just have to remember to reach back and ask for the help.
Exactly. Beautifully
And
put.
yeah, and that has taken me through many a dark time of my life, is that goodness and mercy are always following me. I just have to slow down enough to ask for help.
So, so true. And when there is, I would also add, that which is yours will find you.
Ah,
That is just a universal law. It may not happen as quickly as you want it to, but that's oftentimes because you're not ready yet. Or if you got it, you'd mess it up. And believe me, how I have done that.
mm-hmm,
So I'm a big believer in divine timing.
mm-hmm.
And also when something doesn't happen the way you thought it should, first thing I always ask myself is, oh, okay, how can I look at this differently? Things happen for me, not to me. So
Uh-huh.
what's the good thing that happened? What am I gaining because of this? Mercy.
It goes back to what you said at the very beginning of, don't think of it as a failure, think of it as a learning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because everything is seriously, it doesn't feel that way, but I'm not kidding you. I did not get this lovely treasure trove of lifelines on my head
Yes.
without having, made some missteps. And not really, I've been in those dark places too. and it's no fun, but I like you found, wow, if I can just, if I remember, it's all my best, it's all my best. It doesn't feel the way, but I know it will be. It comes out the other side.
Yeah, and it does. Thank you. That's a wonderful way to end, and a really good. I hope everybody's listening to the last 5 minutes, because I thought it was very much worth listening. Kate Byrne, it's been such a delight to have you as a guest, and I will hope to have you again one of these days to ask you some of the many, many, many other topics that you suggested. This has been Speakers Who Get Results. I'm Elizabeth Bachman, your host. If you enjoyed this conversation, please tell your friends, subscribe to us, rate us on Apple Podcasts, and give us a good review. That's the one that matters. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell your friends, and I'll see you on the next one.